Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be reviewing the 2023 re-release of the 2014 Black Series 6-inch Jabba figure, which was re-released for the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. So, straight out of the box, the things that come with it, you get his throne railing, his hookah pipe, Salacious B. Crumb, and Jabba himself. I'm going to be reviewing each part of this figure separately. We'll start with the throne and hookah, then we'll go to Salacious, and then we'll end it off with Jabba. Okay. So we have here the hookah. It just kind of pops out like this. The hookah pipe itself is connected using this tube. I don't know what the material is. I've seen it used in some other stuff, but can't quite place my hand on it. When you first get it, it actually comes like this. You're supposed to connect it. As you can see on this end, it's the camera will focus. It's hollow, essentially. So when you get it, you're supposed to take it and you're supposed to stick it onto this end. And of course, you know, if you don't want Jabba sucking on the hookah pipe or using it or whatever, you want to have a place to put it. Sadly, though, the only thing that was explained was on the back of the box, there was a photo of them just kind of lazily putting it over here. So that's not really the nicest thing. Talking about the rest of this build, we got some Klaatuing patty frogs down here. They're like actual shapes. I don't know if they made like, I don't want to say figures, but you know, kind of like figures in here and then like dumped them in. And another thing is that this is solid. This is some material that has been put in here. You can tell, just looking at it, you can tell there's definitely like it probably won't pick up on camera, but there's definitely a texture in here anyways. So, I don't know. I heard someone say it was done with resin. I don't know if that's true. Up here you got like kind of the same color, but obviously this is just paint. You can tell just by looking inside. And another thing that does bother me is this paint job, this ugly kind of gold bronze, I guess you would call it. It's just not that pleasing, and I don't know. I don't like it. It's also kind of lazily done. I don't know if this was like a paint job or if this was a plastic cover. I couldn't tell you, because like if you look here, you can kind of see it's clear here and then here. So this might be like a seam line where they put these two together. Or they just didn't, like, I don't know, because I can't really tell if this is made out of the same plastic as this is, but clearly you can kind of see through it there, so that's not the greatest. But yeah, you just kind of pop this thing on, then you just pop that into there, and then for the throne itself, it's a bit more simple. It's a single solid color, there's no paint on it. This is just the color of a plastic. Now, I'm not sure if this is true, but I'm pretty sure this originally retailed for about $100, I believe. So, honestly, I think that is very ridiculous. Just taking a look at it, it's not the greatest. You can see a lot of the machining lines on it. Of course, the bottom, you know, there's going to be seam lines, but, you know, it's not really going to show. But even here, you can see there's some sort of numbers here, some sort of code, serial number, I have no clue. Yeah, it's just kind of this ugly color. I mean, it's a fine color, I guess, but there's really not that much detail, and I really wish they did something else. So let's move on to Salacious B. Crumb. Okay, I have a Salacious B. Crumb here. I've never been a really big fan of this guy. I used to be a fan of like this species, but I don't know why this guy just kind of got I don't know, overhyped by the Star Wars community. So not as big of as a fan of him as I used to be. Pretty cool puppetry though. Oh, so there's not that much articulation. His tail's a solid piece. There's a ball joint on it though, so you can kind of twist it and turn it to your heart's desire. His head can only really swivel. Here, let me see if I can try to get it on camera, I guess. Same with his hands, arms, I mean. They're not a ball joint. I don't know what you'd call this type of joint. You can kind of see it there. The camera would focus on it. There, right there. It just kind of, I don't know. It's not great. Again. And then we get down, and I've had his legs were the same thing even before recording this video, and I've had this thing for like weeks now. But only now that I realize there is actually 2 points of articulation in each of his legs. He has one at the knee. You can kind of swivel it around there if you wanted to. And then there's the same type of joint used for both the, kind of like the hip here, I guess. This figure has a lot of detail that's not quite shown because of the mold. I think a black wash might do this guy some good. Like, you can kind of see there's a lot of detail here. The light's kind of showing it up. I mean, overall, I guess it's fine. It's not really my favorite thing. Yeah, I mean, it's fine, again. I mean, for this scale and whatnot, I mean, like, I wouldn't really want something super duper sophisticated. Camera's probably been out of focus this entire time I've been trying to talk about this guy. See if I can bring some focus. There we go. So not like a whole lot of detail. I did hear that when they painted on his beak, it is actually, they painted the section of his beak larger than the original 2014 release, which I think is a bit odd. That's really all I have to say about him. And now we're going to get on to the main part of this video, which I've been most excited to do, which is Jabba himself. Okay, so here's Jabba, you guys. He's a pretty big fella. You can see end to end. I'd say, I don't know, maybe like 8 inches long, something like that. No, I don't know. Less than a foot, probably. Maybe a foot if this was like rounded out, but I don't think it'd quite make the cut. This guy is the main reason I want to make this video, because as far as like Hasbro goes, I think this is really the best figure you're gonna get. So yeah, let's talk about this figure a little bit. So first of all, the paint job is absolutely incredible, just gorgeous paint job. You get nice like blue hues and like some purple and stuff. And the sculpt itself is fantastic, like the actual shape of the character. It's really well done. There is one complaint I have though, just looking at the front. I didn't realize this until the first time I tried to film this video a few days ago. But if you look really closely here, I don't know if it comes up on camera, there's like this seam line we can see where they kind of closed off this. It's a bit odd. Now, as for Jabba himself, there's definitely something interesting. The top of his head is made out of this like rubbery, squishy material, and there was a very good reason for that. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. So this figure can open its mouth very well as well. The reason why they put this rubber across the entire body, you can kind of see here when I poke it, kind of goes in, is so that it kind of hides this feature. There's no like seam line. It doesn't detract from the figure's look. I don't know why I keep saying seam line. You can actually move his hand for him to do do that. It works for both hands. He does have his tattoo on his arm. He doesn't really have the tail score he has. He has like this splotch of like Doku paint. I think that might have been them trying to come in, even though I'm pretty sure it goes like this way. I can't say for certain. I'm not like a really big Jabba guy. This figure is really incredible. For Hasbro, it blows me away. He has some really nice detail. His eyes are all painted as well. His hands, he has like a swivel on his hands and a little bit more articulation. You can kind of move the wrist back and forth. His arms have a very nice joint. I don't know what it's called. It's used pretty commonly. It goes both, it covers both axes, I should say. And it's just a really cool figure. I really want to make this video. This video is not coming out how I really wanted it to. It's a bit more deadpan than I wanted to get it to, but this figure is really incredible. Take a look at the bottom here. You can kind of see they still keep like this great paint job up, and then there's just like this straight cut away from even the model even. We'll just go straight to like all the, legal details and whatnot. Yeah, you can kind of see where they kind of like patch this up or close it here. This material. But the amount of shape they've done is utterly incredible. I mean, it's extremely lifelike, if I'm to be honest. It's really, really good. There's a lot of detail here. Honestly, it looks a lot like, I have seen Return of the Jedi a lot, but I know there are people who know a lot more about that puppet, the original Jabba puppet, than I do, who are better experts. But honestly, it looks pretty lifelike to me. It looks pretty much like the original puppet, where you could have a 6-inch figure. I think this is the best Jabba figure on the market right now. I can't really give my opinion on the 2014 version, but I mean, it does have a throne railing and what's his name? The Monkey Man. I forget what their species is called. I'll just put it up on screen because I'm definitely gonna remember it. I'm a big Star Wars fan, so that's just gonna pop in there randomly. Now, originally, when this released back in 2014, the only way to get the railing and Monkey Man, the only way to get them was with the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive version, which cost a lot more, like a ton more money. But this, it makes it more, because, right? You'd either go and get it for the inflated price, or you'd have to get it off of, like, scalpers online. So this re-release figure is really good. I literally think it is the best Jabba figure to look at, out of the official figures. It's one of the only 2 6-inch figures that exist that I know of, and the other one being the 2014 re-release. But it really is quite lifelike to the original puppet. I think there is a incredible amount of detail. The color does not come up nicely at all on this camera. Like, it looks so light and almost like skin color here, but in person there's like a much richer yellow and orange and darker colors here. Same here, like this looks almost like turquoise on the camera. It's like a dark green here, so there is definitely some of that going on. But no, like this thing looks so much like the puppet. I'm scared it's gonna come to life and go do something nefarious. It looks quite a good deal, like the puppet. I think it looks so lifelike. I'm, like I said, I'm half afraid it's gonna come to life and do something evil. And, it is a very nice figure as well. So all in all, I think it's a pretty good figure. Now, Star Wars fans, taking a look at this set, and bring it closer to the camera here. I think this is a great pickup. I think any Star Wars fan who wants a accurate Jabba should get this. It's a great display piece. It just stands out of my set really nicely, especially with the railing and just the size of Jabba compared to all the other figures I have. He just stands out just like that. Even without the throne, he has a pretty intimidating presence, I guess I'd say. He looks pretty cool, and I totally recommend you pick him up if you want a good Jabba figure. I know there's a lot of debates among the fandom against like certain figures and whatnot, but I really do think this is the best official Jabba figure that we've gotten, and that's not really counting any of the statues or like sideshow collectible 1/6 scale figures. I really wouldn't call those figures. I'm pretty sure they'll refer to as statues anyways, like the other ones. No, and like I said, I did get this at a discount. I did not pay what I'm pretty sure it was an $100 retail. The discount I got it at, I think if that was the original retail price, this would be completely worth the cost. Jabba himself, honestly, him alone, he'd probably retail for as much as I got off. But the hookah and this guy, I still don't remember his name. I was saying it earlier as well. I think they really don't add enough value to make this worth $100. At least to my understanding, that's how much it originally retailed for. But I do think this is a great set. And I do think this is a really great figure. And I'd recommend you pick it up if you want. Number one, a great 6-inch figure. And number two, a great Jabba figure. Thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, that's basically all I have to say. Have a good day. Keep yourselves safe. Bye.